throughout 2021 on Breeze alone. And folks, we're gonna see a battle of the juggernauts, XSET versus NRG, to kick off playoffs.
To kick off playoffs and to kick off the pistol round, already a couple of stars down early to make sure that they cannot hit this A site quick. But you see that poison cloud setup. I think that's a lineup coming out from NRG, so they don't have to invest that toxic screen. But the changes to Breeze mean a couple new corners, and Cryo familiar with him. He's able to find one. Zekin able to silence Som, and for now NRG stopped in their tracks.
Yeah, it's exactly what you wanted out of at least that type of A-hold, the three-man holds. You need one at least at that off angle to be able to get that first contact. Nobody else in the backup site from XSET was going to peek there. Some good stuff from Cryo, but now what's the answer from NRG? It's that movement from Android over in the mid side, all alone going through double doors. Not a single person in mid for XSET. No way! I mean, Android just keeps getting free kills. That's a second for him, making a third. He's all alone, making this round possible. A 4K from Android to push NRG to win the pistol.
Gus!
Whoa.
Why did he go unchecked? He decapitates BCJ.
Destroys him.
Zekin just doesn't care. Oh, the timing on the wall was perfect. Oh my goodness. Android should not. This round starts swimmingly for XSET, and then it's one hiccup. They let Android go unchecked, and he just unleashes a barrage of headshots.
Unreal. So there you go. I mean, it was kind of what we expected from NRG. They were playing a bit more in terms of just pure contact over towards tunnel, over towards A main. But man, that movement mid, just the fact that nobody from XSET was there, that was just their nail in the coffin. And NRG, at least in this round, off of their anti-eco, they know exactly what their mission is. Use these marshals like their ops. One shots to the bodies should be able to do it, but Hayes actually gets a headshot. 2 deaths, so a bit overkill. Still, the rest of NRG, they know their mission. Keep this default, keep the context, let XSET come to us.
And that's what we talked about coming into this, right? The last Breeze was 2 rounds separating these teams 13-11. So for NRG to get off to a great start and be able to reel that round in, should they lose it, those are the rounds we're talking about that set XSET apart from the last time they met. So a huge pistol round, a huge start to the next in the anti-eco. It's all about farming up the orbs at this point. Assam's already got one courtesy of the kill, one courtesy of the orb, and a plant across the map, whereas EU just gonna clean out the A site for himself. Seems like he's feeling a little bit better on the day, fortunately. And Aaron, maybe you can make this one not flawless. That's a tall task, though.
Glad to see that EU got his vitamins in overnight. I really don't know his current health status. I'll be completely honest, but the fact that he's in the server, the fact that he's still fragging is essentially all that this team really cares about at this point. And yesterday we did see still a massive push from Josh RT and the rest of the team. I mean, the fact that they even qualified yesterday with Josh, and with the fact that they made it out from winners. I mean, just a massive run from NRG, proving that you know, maybe AEU can take a backseat. Maybe Josh RT still got it, but they're not exactly going to rely on it. At least for NRG, they can still rely on that utility from EU that they so desperately need on a map like Breeze. Let's see what actually happens over in this round, though, because we're not going to get too much of that concentrated effort. Lots of picking and prodding happening.
Yeah, early 0 point to see if anybody's leaning out towards mid on the side of XSET. Stars still down, so again, you have to be so wary of what that Astra brings to the table. But a nice poison cloud lineup means, well, Tex and Android should be able to creep out mid once that goes up, and it is going to force Def away. Now maybe looking to reposition or pop down some extra stars. Def now since rotated over, and not the wrong call, but there's no commitment yet here from NRG. You see that spike is still down. It's all about the mid control. So you're really looking out to see what Tex and Android can get done as they creep up. Headhunter, unfortunately, taking down the op just a bit stronger, and only takes one body shot to get Cryo started.
Def, you could have the right angle here in mid, but Tex, very firm angle. X not relinquishing that angle by any means, so he is still able to get the contact. But look at how much concentration XSET still has over towards this B area. 3 people essentially here, one in a very fast rotation, and you still have concentration back over towards snipers. So this leaves, with all 4 people back over towards that B side, this leaves only 1 here near A. And well, XSET, they needed that early rotation to realistically make things possible. So here we go, Def in the back lines, Aaron back over towards that mid side, getting a couple shots in. 3 players now remaining for NRG after a big shot from Def. Still 3 players remaining, make that 2 players remaining. Cryo with a big shot, and now Hazed in a 1v5. He gets full flash and now has to take on all these players.
No way.
Pretty good shots, actually, not too bad. Hazed, but that's all it really was. It was just an attempt. 1 round goes back to XSET.
Yeah, that whole time BCJ was just walking through halls, was either gonna backstab from mid out towards B or backstab through the cave out towards A, and NRG made that rotation back, and BCJ did eventually find one of those kills as they were on the site and fighting away from cave. That rotation from XSET, everybody was out towards the defender-sided spawn. Good on Hayes, like you pointed out, to still get that one full flash, still killed BCJ, so I'm sure BCJ maybe wishes he was a bit more elusive in it, but that was just the bonus. Although the buy doesn't really look the best. You still got a Marshall coming on into this one.
Yeah, kind of surprisingly, actually. Didn't really expect that economy to get pushed that much, especially with only 2 casualties. Well, here we go then, NRG. You're going to be facing on a couple of these SMGs from XSET. At least when it comes to the deeper takes, we're not seeing too many players from XSET actually doing any sort of off-angle shenanigans, which is actually a bit off-putting. We've seen a lot more pressure from XSET in prior games, just in the last few weeks, back over towards mid. So this is actually a bit more concerning, it seems, now for NRG, because they surely expect some action over mid, but they just make their way over to double door.
Yeah, Crunch imminent. And a lot of these Astra Stars already used. That's 2 inside main. Used for now a Poison Cloud to deter as well. Good information. Tag, but Hayes not ready for the op to be here. They should have spotted both as they try to crunch onto the site through the doors. Cryo still sending op shots out, and well, he's finding his targets. It's doable, but NRG need to find a way to reel it back in here in the 2v3. Som able to steal one back. Now on the jump peak, both shots go wide, and Cryo gonna be forced to reload after this next one. But look at this, we might get the anime duel. The knives are online.
Knives are up, a Cryo does have a bit of help just off of that fragment, but look at this, 15 seconds left, 14 seconds left. EU, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's a wild sprint to even make it to the edge. Is he even gonna make it? 7, 6, 5, I don't think so. 4, no, he's done. No. Literally at the doorstep of the site. He tries to make it up the stairs, but it's just not in time. Oh boy, NRG. All right, hopefully this other player doesn't die either, but yeah, we were already seeing quite the opportunity for NRG to kind of continue some sort of momentum purely because of the buy from XSET, but guess not. Time management not in their hands.
I'm trying to figure out how Cryo still got that value. Hazed is not ready for that op to be on the angle. And I could have sworn the drone should have spotted both. And those, again, are the rounds. You cannot give XSET those rounds because they will take an inch and turn it into a mile. Fortunately, the weapons were saved up in that last round. And it does sound like the Tour de Force is going to be making its debut here in favor of NRG. So they got a couple of operators to play with. The rest of the team seems to have bought up around it. And the knives are always still an option should Som really want to take matters into his own hands.
Molly to cover up double door. Not only that, but they also have some toxins set up in the same spots. So this does seem like a very, very, very firm mid take from NRG. A lot of resources used into it, and it looks like XSET, they've made the right moves. They immediately go for a counter wall over in B, and you can see the stars going up at the same time, but I think you were kind of distracted by that cryo kill. What a shot over in the mid side. NRG, however, they still making their way up over in top mid. That would have been a big opportunity for Som, but now you can kind of guarantee that nobody else from XSET wants to peek mid.
Zekin narrowly making it out with his life there. Sam wasn't able to find the shot. Here come those stars. They're going to play with the timing. And speaking of, only 30 seconds left to play with here for NRG. They got to find their way on the site, and there's still so much resistance. A flash through in seconds. Sprays down two. He wants some more. Hayes will make sure he doesn't get it, but now EU, the last one standing. Once more, time of the essence as he picks up the spike. I mean, he's got to get this bad boy down, and he's got to get out of dodge, but they're hunting him down here, Gus.
Ooh, shock dart barely hitting. 76 HP still remaining off of that, and there you go. EU goes down, and like you said, you give XSET an inch, and they'll make it a mile. 3 rounds being converted now, and what was just quite a scrappy little core of rounds from NRG. This last one, though, it was quite the battle. I mean, the way that they actually tried to make their way onto B, the way that they actually worked out control over in mid, just not that bad by any means, but look at how disciplined XSET is currently playing. We're just not getting any of the early contacts they want. They want a battle in double door. They want a 1v1 in A main. They want any sort of opportunity to make these defaults worth it, and NRG are just not finding any of that mileage.
They're getting nothing for it, and I thought they were doing a pretty good job in the last couple of rounds expending the Asher utility.
They were,
but Def always seems to still have some, right? That 30-second mark, and there's a grab wall to slow down. Now we finally get the knives, and Cryo will be silent. Psalm wants some more, and all 5 are here for the taking. BCJ will steal one back, and XSET, they've got to stabilize here in the 2v4, and the Viper's pit so awkward. Android falls. Oh, Aaron! Oh my God, the Vipers, the only ones alive. And the spike, it's not in hand. Hayes gonna have to go grab it. But only 30 health here for the defense.
So here we go. 1 minute, 5 seconds. Now the Viper's pit is actually gonna go down. But Aaron, so many places for him to go. It's almost obvious that he would go for some sort of flank attempt, or at least redirection of the fact that he backed up into spawn. But now Hazed still going back towards spawn, actually seeing if he could redirect himself back over towards the B side. But Aaron will the util back on A, does not gonna hear that. He's not gonna hear anything either. No plant going down either. So Aaron, he tries to make the right move, but Hazed, he counters it back with a takeover towards B. Not too bad.
I don't know if they ever saw this spike, which is why I think Aaron thought, okay, he's going to try and rotate out. He's in a bad spot, and he has some space because I gave that up. It almost feels like Hayes almost played himself. Aaron just about had the right call.
Oh, he still has wall, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he does. He does it on, I guess what you would consider the wrong side of the bomb here.
Yeah, but this is, yeah, almost literally the wrong side of the bomb, so it's a difficult decision in general. Aaron, he's gonna need a whole lot more than util to actually take this, but he just heads right on, uses that Viper's pit, fakes it out, waiting up for the approach. So much damage is being ticked off of Hazed. Hazed is down to 1 HP. Aaron flips the switch on Hazed. Ring around the rosy, backstabs Hazed, and it works out, at least for an attempt on the defuse. But wait a minute. Oh my word. Barely a second remaining on the defuse, but what a play from Aaron, playing with the souls of NRG.
Dude, almost played himself.
Almost.
And he gets it done at the end of the day. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's what my dad told me back in the day. So almost doesn't count in this situation. It's a round win, no less. But it's another one that NRG just let slip away. They have it within their grasp. Aaron should not be able to do that. He should not be able to jump up on that new orange box and just kill everybody. And Josh recognizes that. He says, hey guys, something's going on. We have to figure a way to slow this down, because outside of all
HP, dude.
Yeah, 30 HP, an ult, and a clutch. Outside of all of the macro play, you cannot account for when people are just having incredible micro play like Aaron is having. I think this is Josh's way of trying to ice the kicker here.
Oh boy, not a bad decision here, coach. NRG, after winning out the first 2 rounds, and I mean the rounds that they ended up losing at first, at least the first 2, were just due to NRG's own mistakes. They know the mistakes they made, they know what needs to be done now forward. But XSET, again, picking apart the fact that NRG, I mean, yeah, they have a chance at the very ends of these rounds, but these clutches, again, just these individuals from XSET, they've just been on fire recently. Now, at least in terms of just the early round setups, We've been seeing XSET stay away too much from having more than 2 players over towards A, but now we're seeing only 1 player back over in A. Aaron using that wall just a bit early. He actually reacts to some utility over on A to be able to do so. But at the same time, again, XSET, most of their players back over towards B, and they need to make that fast rotate because NRG, they're right around the site.
And they're looking to hit it quick. It's a good retake setup here for XSET thus far, and a good heap of utility actually already expended. Both snake bites, a grab well, and Tex is taken down as he's pushed on. So sure, they're gonna have the pulses, but they're still down a player. Nobody really in position to get the resurrection as Hunter Shuri comes out from the defense. It doesn't seem like BCJ is gonna get too much. No, he does. Instead, Hayes will fall, and the ops stare down each other's barrels, but it's Sam to come out on top. And once more, XSET in a very losable situation. Aaron's not alive to clutch this one out. It's all up to BCJ and Def to do so.
They can certainly try. A couple of stars still remaining, and that Cosmic Divide actually going up early. So he's just going to cover up A main to do so. Android, he could find the entry here, but it's actually BCJ in the middle of the pyramids. Android has to play around. He goes for the swing. He has to stay back. Still the 2 players. They have their space. They have their time, but Android has the angle in the back line. But BCJ still takes him down.
No way,
Recon bolt in, but EU, no shock darts used. The Hunter's Fury still in his pockets, but he just wasn't able to fight that one out. Poor EU, poor NRG, except 5 rounds in a row.
Not again. That
oh no,
the first shock dart just missed.
The second one was ridiculous. Oh, Tanner, that such a feels bad.
That's heartbreaking. It's again another round. It just slips away. NRG cannot get a grasp on this game. They're doing it right, but the retakes, it's just falling apart every single time. And to start this round, Sam tried to claw his team back on into it, but Valorant will not allow. The op shot goes wide, and we're still stuck in the 5v5.
As we move forward, we are seeing much more of a traditional default coming in from NRG. Sam. It's a full pixel on Cryo, not able to react there. Sam is just kicking himself due to that missed shot. But again, NRG playing very spread out throughout the map. Everyone looking for an early initial frag. Now wall up mid too, and the fact that the KO is all the way up already, we could see at least a bit more of a pinch from NRG going forward, but I just don't know just yet where they even want to finish. Spike is actually rotating back over to B.
NRG have been playing a handful of these rounds pretty slow, and I don't blame them for going back to it. Tex,
ooh,
okay, good for one out towards mid, but only 30 seconds on the clock. The Spike's rotated back over, but XSET, they haven't budged. They still have this defense set up here. Cloudburst on the bolt. Tex, maybe the first to fall. No, Cryo gonna swing out wide. We'll find Sam and punish him for his misses earlier. A good couple of kills traded back, but the clock is the worst enemy here. NRG need to frag out. And
no, they're done. They're done.
It.
They're done. They have no time. Spike is still in A main. What just happened? Oh, again, NRG. It seemed like they had more than enough time. The moves over towards mid were fine. The pinch comes into A pretty much at the perfect time, but Cryo dancing, jiving in the back of sight. He was the one that kind of stops things over. What even happened there for NRG?
It's the ability to push whoever it is off of that post that's set up just behind the pyramid on A is just not there for NRG. And when it is there, or when they're trying to mitigate that angle, their timings are just off, right? The push up through mid, it's not quite in time, or if it is, it's immediately answered, and then the people are still stuck inside main. And when you run the clock down to 30 seconds and decide to make your hit, and then your spike carrier dies, the plan goes out the window. All the papers start flying through the air.
Yeah.
And you're just hoping and praying at that point. And, well, unfortunately, XSET, they won't allow it as Cryo looks to steal the positioning out towards mid. Cryo himself has the ult online. We're seeing a different look at the crunch this time. It's a walk up into halls, but it's BCJ to silence Android and saw him to get one back. So finally starting to come into form here with that operator. A couple of missed shots. really kind of sealed the deal in that last round. Should have Sam had picked those up. Should have been an easy third for NRG. On the opposite side, it's Aaron waiting for him. This is an angle that's been played. They have to be ready for this.
And look at the amount of utility in front of him, too. He's going to be dancing right in the middle of this orb to try to make as much chaos as possible. Indeed, he's doing exactly that. He's going to farm up these skills onto these players with pistols if they actually do go. Oh, no. Oh, no, Aaron. He does react perfectly, though. This snake bite stops the take a little bit. BCJ and Cryo, they still have to fight, but they're still able to get the frags pretty easily. Saw him around the corner. He wants more mileage off the op, but it's not going to happen. 7-2 going back to XSET.
That one was a lesser buy for NRG, so maybe you weren't expecting the most, but it's the same situation. They just get corralled inside A main. No matter what, any play around the map, it's just not working. They have to try and find a way. And a couple of rounds ago, when Sam had missed those op shots, I was kind of getting the sense or the feeling that Sam is now feeling that he's got to be the one to get something done, right? Because when he's getting the 3K, his team is still losing the round. So he's telling himself he needs to do more. And I think it's the nerves in this matchup once more. So I'm hoping as we get closer to this half, they eased a bit in that last round. He was able to find a nice early kill. NRG are comfortable with continuing to give him the op, but he has to start to perform on this one, especially because Cryo is doing it to perfection. And that is not the way you wanted to get this next buy round started. Hayes taking off early means your controller says sayonara.
Oh, no.
Man, Cryo.
Oh, no, Cryo. Does pick up the kill on the EU, and now left without the Sova, left without a Viper that also has a Viper's Pit ready, which would have been so huge going into the rest of this round. And instead now you're stuck with two initiators, of course a duelist by their side. Let's see what they can actually pull off of this take, because they do actually have a pretty barren A site to head into. So it's gonna have to come down to all of these XSET players sitting around these choke points.
Yeah, Texas 5 health though. Easily made work of. BCJ trades that kill back, and it's still a 2-player disadvantage for the attack, but the spike is down, so they're no longer working against the clock. It's XSET instead. It's BCJ on the ropes. Not the most accurate, but still good damage onto Android. Only takes one more, but Android says no way. Jose won't allow it, and Sam finally coming back into form, landing these op shots, and that could secure the round, but play out towards mid. Finds Aaron another, and Def, not like this. Def might just stick it. Def's gonna go half. He's gonna hop off, and it's the 30 HP Android. That's not enough health to win the fight.
Still gotta anticipate that headshot always. Gotta cheer for the underdog. But no. At that point, NRG, they're already down a few men. Tex was down on HP. I mean, NRG made the exact right moves that you want to make, though, at that man disadvantage. You want to attack where the team is actually going to rotate from. You want to shut down as much map control as possible. And NRG, they did make it as hard for XSET to actually make it back into sight. They had to scale pretty much every angle to do so. So there you go, NRG. Not too bad. But that's pretty much the only positive you can give them. They are 8-2 down, and most likely going down to 9-2. This is just starting to become a bit of a disaster.
They've done some, I want to say, decent conditioning to XSET and making them think that they are just going to continue to hit that A site. Not the case this time. So the B site fairly barren, like you said in the last. Not a whole lot of resistance here, but here comes the rotation. It's quick. NRG, they take it fast. They get the spike planted. The Hunter Shuri, no, it's going to deny. So again, the clock working against NRG. The pit comes down, but the health bars, they're just so low. You have to be perfect, because stray rounds are going to find you on this side. But the tour de force for Android goes huge.
Android able to get 2. Can he get more? Okay, Cryo with a big pump right from behind the wall. Hayes not only that, but reviving Text at the same time. So we're back to a 3v3. Cryo coming around the corner. He was suppressed for a quick second, but now he can dash back. Now the up can come really big into play. Still 2 in the back of the cloud. Cryo trying to find any sort of pixel, but Def is the one actually searching in the middle. Oh, and Hayes just gets exposed. What was that from Def? The entering Astro, the one to do it all. XSET 9-2 up.
Who is it that you're talking about could take the 10-2 defensive half? was that XSET? Because that's pretty damn
looks
spot
like
on at this point.
I see NRG, though, they still have their defensive side to worry about. Technically, we could still see that. But XSET, dude, I mean, this has been their map for the longest time.
Yeah, they look great on it. I'm looking back at the match right now, and it was XSET to start defense. And the last time these two teams met,
they tied.
And it was, yeah, 6-6. So this definitely daunting. But like you said, NRG still have not only this one to kind of put some cursed voodoo on it for the 9-3 curse. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But they do have another half to play. It's a lean out towards A. It's Hayes out towards mid. Zek can get a dispatch, but Android, he's been good to battle back over and over. Now he's causing the paranoia. Zek can ready for it. But the spray is perfect, and it's Android to open it up again for his team. And this time, surely, Gus, there is no way that XSET take this round.
Surely not. Surely not. Cryo, 2 ult points away from that, or from the knives. Very close to only making it 1 ult point. But he's not able to nail the shot. And Sam with his own big green.
They got to show us something.
Oh, NRG. They proved themselves very, very worthy of taking on some of the best teams in Tier 2 NA on this defensive side. But XSET, one of the strongholds of Tier 1. This is quite the challenge for NRG to even start things off. But at least here on the pistol, we do have the moves coming up from XSET over towards that A side, but you see the coverage from NRG. They have a very fast rotation back over towards that mid side and back over in their spawn to pretty much create a 4-man hold here on A. It's about to become a real war here if XSET want to take this.
Yeah, XSET almost completely corralled. You see the Vipers out towards mid. They might just meet each other here early. The door should open, but you can't get much further than that without being revealed by the trademark. And Android takes some early damage. Well, and Tex takes way too much. Hayes is good to trade it back, but the site's starting to get opened up. No, Android will eventually fall, and XSET explosive out through A main. This is where NRG fell flat. They just couldn't do that, and XSET show them that they can.
XSET just trying to bury this one early. Trying to make it to the second map already. Holy. I mean, just off of that first round, you can't really say much. NRG, they had the right control. They had a trademark back over in B. They didn't need to pretty much keep anyone there. They had a Viper watching up that mid side. I mean, just good stuff. It's what we expected from NRG early, but again, in pistol rounds, you can expect pretty much a 50-50 situation no matter what. XSET, they waltz their way into that A site, and we should be seeing more or less the exact same mindset that we saw from NRG when they won the pistol. Just very disciplined play, just trying to make the most out of these marshals, because NRG are down to pistols.
And that pistol round is a tough one to let go, but bygones be bygones. You hope for the best in the next, or maybe some damage, which Psalm does find. Okay, the Marshal doesn't land. Def is there to trade it out, and here we go. Okay. NRG, signs of life, baby. It's only BCJ up mine.
I guess it's only BCJ. What? I blinked and I missed it, essentially. What just happened? Tex going guns blazing in mid. XSET getting completely exposed in their own spawn. And BCJ almost getting revealed. Almost. Still has a Marshal, and mind you, everyone from NRG still very low. I was actually pretty hopeful for that Marshal purely because of the one shot, but BCJ picking up the Bulldog. He still has every piece of util that he could possibly want, except for that Hunter's Fury going into the middle of this A site. And not only that, but things are very clear. He just has to watch out for what is going to be such an intense mid rotation.
And there'll be a few sets, a few pairs of feet.
A few.
Romping through there, and I mean, just completely corralled. Fights forward, takes down
What's it for Aiming?
Able to, oh my goodness, BCJ. Oh, my heart almost exploded. If he was able to find that, I don't even know what to have said about it. But NRG, they reel it back in, and that's an important one, right? Because they don't force up. They win the anti-eco, and what that does to the economy, everybody on the side of NRG should buy pretty healthy. It's not just going to be a wonky third round bonus round, whereas XSET should be reset. I guess it's Breeze though, so maybe I got a little too far ahead of myself. It's Marshall City.
Yeah, Marshals are still gonna be cool, but those are gonna be now 2-shot weapons. NRG now with full armor down the line, and dude, I mean, almost literally everything that NRG could have asked for. I mean, if they had lost out on that last round, they were essentially one gun round away from getting reset, and then they would be reset on a round where it would be map point for XSET. So again, bygones be bygones. Now we're focusing up on what NRG can actually pull off here. Over towards the mid side. Def actually picking up 2 bullets into the middle of Hayes, but Som dancing in the mid side again, taking down 2. XSET, again, with their lesser firepower, can't exactly do much to respond to that. You do have one person back in tube trying to make some moves back over in mid, but this is realistically all that XSET can do. Wait for a contact, and that's exactly what Def does. Big headshot in mid.
This is not happening.
It can't be, right? Double eco.
Zekin, I think he can cross. Okay, he's going to be noted that he took down the 0 point there. He was creeping up to try and find one of those weapons. Wasn't able to do so. Still going to be sitting on the Ghost. So a Ghost, a Marshal, and a Sheriff to work with, and a completely battered and bruised XSET. But they do find themselves on the A site. We'll see if Android goes unchecked. Flash out over the top. Not much to be found. Another one comes through and Tex. Ready for the angle. EU a bit more ready for it, but the spike, meanwhile, it's across the map. It's going to take a full rotation, which means some extra seconds that XSET have to play with. But for now, it's Def all by himself. He's going to back away, link up with Zekin, and try and find a way to scrounge out this round.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting because again, they kind of realize that NRG, they have no characters now. They have no agents here that can actually pull up smokes or that can just overall impair vision. Oh, but they've actually spotted out both players with that. So there you go. Full information had. NRG now less time to actually make their way on. The fragment grenade gonna go out early, and not only that, but the dash back from the KO.
There's a star
just gonna
too.
stay away from things. Def not peeking by any means. Tex is still waiting up for it. This is so good from Def. Def waiting his turn to peek, and indeed gets the opportunity to do so. And now he farms 4 kills now for Def, and he stopped the defuse completely. Def, the patience, the discipline, wins another eco on the round or on the game.
Right here.
I love Def for what just happened, but I don't want to take away from Zekin's Uncle Rico play to throw the football over the mountains. He plants the fragment and then just gets out of dodge.
Just
that
boots
buys
the
just
hell
enough
out of there.
time. And then just to survive right there, it would have been so close in time, even if Def would have died, excuse me. But man, NRG, they're just biting on literally everything, biting on everything in these rounds and giving up too much. It's exactly what they were doing on their attack. The desync in the crunch from mid to A, somebody was giving up too much to XSET right away, right? The A main guys are moving too fast, somebody's dying there, and the mid guys are trying to catch up. And it's the same thing there. They do a little bit too much hunting in the middle of that round. They give over a few more kills, and now paranoia sets in on the defense because this is a big map. 3 people can't cover everywhere, and that's exactly what XSET took advantage of.
I mean, that's exactly what NRG were struggling with just a few rounds before, just with the fact that, or that they weren't struggling with in fact, they actually had a trademark back over in B. They were able to be a lot more flexible with the 2 players that they were playing around that B site. So yeah, I guess now this time, with the fact that they've been lurked on so many times over towards this site, now they do at least have 1 player here at all times, that being Hazed. But Hazed is going to have a whole lot of action here as he's going to be completely isolated. In goes the Cosmic Divide. Snakebite going in at the same time for Hayes, but Hayes, that goes a little bit off time. XSET weighed up exactly for the moment. So in comes Cryo. Cryo going to be able to get 1, but they still haven't cleared out Hayes in the back line. But this is just perfect. Tex, Som, EU, Hayes, all with gravestones marked with their name on it.
And Android left all by his lone sub on the wrong side of the wall, but the right side of Zekin. Well, technically Zekin's left, but he's able to find the kill and a weapon down. Should he creep up to find it? That shot won't land, but it's plenty of information from BCJ to let his team know that, hey, he's still coming from the tunnels. Headhunter still seems to be the play. Not going to swap or grab that Vandal just yet. Okay, he's got one. Was going for a different type of one tap. Unfortunately, it's containment, right? You just have to make sure you find these kills on the way out. There's no way you get the defuse. And XSET surely to be up to 12 here. Def still manages to find that kill, so Android does 0 damage control on the round. NRG concede another. And And XSET, they're right around the corner from a 13-4.
Yeah.
Look at the economy.
Yeah, no, again, it wasn't just NRG losing a round. It was losing a gun round that they had wholeheartedly forced their way into. Because, again, XSET, they were the ones in the eco. They were the ones on the back foot. NRG were the ones that needed as many rounds as possible off of the fact that they were able to eco XSET themselves off of that second round. This is all just boiling over to be an XSET win thus far, but NRG, 8 rounds in a row they have to pull off, but it certainly doesn't start off in the right way, because what in the world was that dash in? Som still going in, trying to get a kill off the Blade Storm, and yeah, that has to be it, right? That has to be it. Som, that hurts.
It feels like another moment where Som just feels like he's got the world on his shoulder and he has so much to get done. And sure, with one of the biggest, or really your only weapon in this round, the knives, you do have a big role to fill, but unable to do so. The attack, still 5 strong. Make it. Well, now knives online. 2 on the other side, and the 5 strong just got stronger here for XSET, as NRG surely on their way out, and XSET might make sure that the door does hit them in the butt on their way out.
Yeah, still a few ways until we
do
get
the
to
silent drop here.
Yeah, no, a little bit of time until we really get to the butt kicking portion of that, or the door hitting butts portion of that. Purely because NRG, they still have another map to deal with, and potentially this round. No way, no way, no way. Oh, EU waits for his time. He's still able to get the kill, but not able to deny the spike. But can he get a second? This is actually working out here to really be possible for XSET. They take down Cryo in the middle of sight, and now XSET, they have nobody here. The Hunter's Fury not going to be able to connect either. I mean, what? How is this possible? This could actually be possible for NRG.
I'm gonna go back to how this is possible if it happens, but NRG do still have a spike to defuse, but okay, in the blink of an